Hello, it's Fabio Malaspina with Patterns on the Fly. Today I'll show you to tie a classic woolly bugger. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, I'm gonna tie a black woolly bugger. I already put a hook in my vise. It's a Orvis 8808 size 6. This is a 4X streamer hook. You can tie this fly up to a size 4, and you can go down as to a size 10, 12, depending on the fish that you're fishing for. I already put a gold bead on it. You can put some lead wire if you like it to be heavier. I'm going to use some ultra thread, 140 denier black. I'm going to lay a beso thread starting right behind the bead. I want to make sure that I cover as much as possible the hook shank with the thread. That's going to make this is going to prevent any other materials I add later not to slide around. So now we're going to build a tail for the woolly bugger. So I think one of the most appealing things for a woolly bugger, if I were the fish, is all the movement that the marabou adds to the fly. I tie a lot of streamers, and I use larger marabou feathers. So now I'm gonna grab a bunch of these, and I'm going to measure these. We want the tail to be about the length of the hook shank. So now I'm going to pinch these fibers and then secure them right over the hook shank. Okay, like so. I'm going to cut the excess off. I'm going to cut this a little shorter. And the reason I'm leaving these fibers is so I can bind them along the hook shank, so that when I build the fly, the body is going to have a uniform shape and size. Okay, so now we have a nice bushy tail. I'm going to get some crystal flash. I'm going to get 4 or 5 fibers. I think I actually got 3 right now. And I'm going to secure these and pinch them and put them in position right along the tail. Then I'm going to grab the other one, the remaining part, and I'm going to fold that and secure that on the other side of the tail, like so. So now we have the crystal flash on either side of the tail. Okay. So now I'm going to get some copper wire. This is ultra wire, size small. I'm going to get 6-7 inches, and I'm going to secure this along the hook shank on the side of the fly facing me. Now I'm going to get some black chenille, size medium. You can also use black estaz if you like. I'm going to expose the inner core of the chenille. I'm going to use that as a tying point. Again, the reason I'm doing that is so that I don't build any bulk anywhere for this fly. And then I'm going to palmer the chenille, and I'm going to move forward obviously until I'm right against the bead. And then I'm going to get my thread and go over the chenille a couple of times. I'm going to cut the excess of the chenille off and make a couple more thread wraps to secure that chenille in place. Okay, so now I already prepared a black hackle. These come into what they call a woolly bugger pack, but use whatever you have. I pulled some of the fibers off the stem, and we're gonna tie in the stem from the larger size from the and we're gonna, as we palmer it, we're gonna use the tip as we get closer to the back of the fly. So I'm going to secure that stem with a couple of thread wraps. I'm gonna cut the excess of the stem off. I'm going to make sure that I cinch that down so it's out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going to leave my thread right there, and I'm going to grab the hackle. I'm going to start palmering that. I'm going to make 2 wraps right behind the bead, and then I'm going to start palmering, and I'm going to keep going backwards toward the tail, the marabou tail. Okay, so now I'm going to get that wire, and I'm going to block that hackle right back there. Now I can get my scissors and cut that hackle tip off. Alrighty. So now I'm going to wiggle the wire forward, making sure that I don't trap too many of those hackle fibers, like so. And this is going to strengthen the hackle in case you're fishing toothy creatures. Then I'm going to get so now I'm going to make one more wrap of that ultra wire right behind the bead. I'm going to go over it with a couple of thread wraps. I'm going to get my bat scissors and cut that copper wire off. And I'm going to pull all these fibers back, make a few thread wraps, and then I can get my whip finisher and whip finish the fly. I'm going to make another one just for safe measure. So you're going to add a little glue to secure that head in place. But there you have it, a black woolly bugger. So hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week. This is a very simple fly to tie. It catches a lot of fish. You can use it for trout, you can use it for steelhead, you can use it for carp, you can use it for bass, bluegills. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. And then you can also tie it in multiple colors, black, white, purple, they all work very well. Olive, brown, there's so many different color combinations, but again, this is a fly that you should not leave home without. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.